your service, smile and care. Hello everyone! I'm the service mascot of Zoomlion, a little lion, Chung Chung. I'll present my gift for the first meeting. Have you seen the big fellow behind me? It's a truck-mounted concrete pump, manufactured by Zoomlion. To tell the truth, it is not easy to make such a huge thing become obedient. So the following step Chung Chung will show you how to operate and maintain it.
Precautions on operation of truck-mounted concrete pump. The operator of truck-mounted concrete pump must wear protective suit, safety helmet, safety goggles and earplug, etc. Do not operate the boom if all outriggers of the truck-mounted concrete pump fail to fully extend in accordance with the prescriptions specified in the manual. Blow a whistle every time before operating the boom of truck-mounted concrete pump. Do not operate the truck-mounted concrete pump on a slope or near high-voltage power line, inflammable substances, explosives, and other dangerous locations. When working in a space near electric cables, the operator should stand on an insulating plate. The minimum safety distance between the boom and the nearby cables should be no less than 5 meters. If the boom touches the cables, quickly turn off the cable power. In case the boom has to work near cables within 5 meters, the cable power must be turned off until the truck-mounted concrete pump stops working. During the working time, the truck-mounted concrete pump must be placed on a solid ground so as to guarantee its stability. Avoid the loose, excavating soil or the ground which will possibly sink, and keep far away from slopes, dams, pits, and entrenchments. In the case that the truck-mounted concrete pump is pumping concrete, the slewing of boom should be limited in the specific working area. Do not stand under the boom while working. The truck-mounted concrete pump can be used for pumping concrete only. It is strictly prohibited to lift heavy weight or to do other tasks with the boom of truck-mounted concrete pump. Please note that the complete machine must be adjusted as horizontal. The inclination angle of the machine must be less than 3 degrees. It is prohibited for the end rubber hose to work backward across the revolving center. The operator of the truck-mounted concrete pump cannot approach the end hose or stand in the dangerous area of the boom. The truck-mounted concrete pump cannot be placed in the dangerous area where the heavy materials may fall down. The additional connection to the end hose is unallowable. While pumping concrete, the end hose must be secured and locked with a safety chain, and the pumping is unallowable at the low bend radius of hose, so as to avoid the clogging of the pipeline, which may result in a dangerous accident. The end of rubber hose must not be inserted into the concrete pouring point. The boom cannot be used in the thunderstorm or bad weather. The allowable highest wind velocity in the working state of a complete machine is 50 kilometers per hour. If the wind velocity exceeds this value, stop working and retract the boom to the driving state. It is prohibited for the end of the boom to be additionally connected with a pipeline or other devices. Do not open the water tank cover. Offer your hand into the water tank or touch any moving or overheating parts when the pumping system is in working condition. The distance from the booms, especially the boom oil cylinder and oil cylinder balance valve to the barriers below, should be no less than 1 meter to avoid the occurrence of any accident caused by the collision with the barrier.
Do you remember all precautions we mentioned just now before operating the truck-mounted concrete pump? Now we are coming to the operation of the truck-mounted concrete pump. Although the truck-mounted concrete pump in front of us is full of precise instruments, you may find they are actually docile if you properly operate it according to the specified procedures.
Operation of truck-mounted concrete pump. Preparation work. Fully refill the lubricating oil into each boom joint and the lubricating oil tank and check whether the hydraulic oil is sufficient and normal. Refill the fuel. Make sure that the seal of concrete piston is in good condition. Make sure that the anti-wearing plate and the cutting ring clearance are normal. Make sure that each switch knob is in no work position. Check whether each function action and the indication of pressure instrument are normal. Make sure whether the working floor is even and solid, whether it can satisfy the load-bearing requirements, and whether it can satisfy the full outspread of the outriggers and the booms. Check and clear off the remained tools and foreign materials from the booms. Check whether all fastener of boom, pipe clamp, and delivery pipe are normal, safe, and reliable. Make sure that there are no people or object in the working area of the boom. Turn off the unloading switch. Conversion operation of driving working. For the truck-mounted concrete pumps equipped with Hino or Isuzu chassis, press the PTO button and then implement the following operations. Check whether the gear shift lever is shifted to the neutral position, and then pull up the parking brake to start the engine. Switch the drive work changeover switch on the panel inside the driver's cab to the work side, and the indicator light would light. Then press the on-off button on the panel. The power indicator light would light and the vehicle enters into the working state. Step on the clutch and shift the gear shift lever into the direct position. Please note that the speed of the engine at direct position is 1,550 RPMs and the speed of the oil pump is 2,350 RPMs correspondingly. After completing the above-mentioned procedures and confirming that the complete truck-mounted concrete pump meets the working requirements, then the operation of extending the outriggers and booms of the truck-mounted concrete pump can be done in turn. Operation of truck-mounted concrete pump outriggers. Operation of extending the outriggers. Make sure there is no one in the working area of the outriggers and then unlock the mechanical locks of all outriggers. Turn the panel control, remote control, switch on the electric control cabinet to remote control, and then turn the key switch on the button box for the right outrigger to outrigger. According to the indication near the handle, press the outrigger button and simultaneously operate the handles of the left and right outriggers of the truck-mounted concrete pump to unfold the front and rear outriggers to turn until these outriggers swing to the maximum set position. Place a suitable cushion block according to the conditions of the ground. Lower the two front outriggers until the front tires leave the ground. Then lower the two rear outriggers until the rear tires leave the ground. Adjust the hoisting height of the front and rear outriggers to make the complete vehicle as horizontal. Make sure that the control handle of each outrigger has returned back to the intermediate position.
With the full outspread of outriggers, let's operate the electric control panel. The icons and data displayed on the electric control panel are monitoring the working state of truck-mounted concrete pump. What do they represent respectively? Don't worry, I'll tell you one by one.
Panel of electric control cabinet. Lubricating oil pump switch. Turning the switch to on position is to select the manual to start the lubrication operation. Turning the switch to auto position is to select the auto to control the lubrication. Automatic lubrication includes big and small lubrications. The changeover switch of big, small lubrication is set on the monitoring menu of the touchscreen. Once the system starts the automatic pumping or inching distribution, the lubricating oil valve can automatically power on according to big or small lubrication. Panel control, shutdown, remote control, key select switch. Turning the switch to the left-hand side is to activate all control switches on the panel, and turning the switch to right-hand side is to activate the remote controller. Engine Emergency Stop Button. The whole truck-mounted concrete pump is equipped with 5 engine emergency stop buttons, one on the electric control cabinet, and each one on the both sides of the hopper, respectively. If it is necessary to stop the engine while it is too late to go to the driver's cab to conduct the operation in case of emergency, press the emergency stop button to deaccelerate and then stop the engine on the vehicle. The emergency stop button can be used only in an emergency case, so please go to the driver's cabin to stop the engine in normal condition. Alarm indicator lamp. If the truck-mounted concrete pump has a trouble, the lamp would flash and the buzzer would give a sound. RPM minus+ switch. Turning the switch to left-hand side is to reduce the throttle, and turning the switch to right-hand side is to increase the throttle. Note: acceleration is invalid in case of the oil pump is in the overspeed, over or reverse gear state. In case that the vehicle is operating the self-acceleration and self-deceleration are invalid if you operate the RPM minus+ switch. Normal, stop, reverse, select switch. Turning the switch to left-hand side is to start the automatic pumping. Turning it to right-hand side is to start the automatic reverse pumping. And turning the switch to the intermediate position is to stop pumping. Distribution valve inching switch. Turn the switch leftwards or rightwards is to fulfill the distribution valve inching. Releasing the switch is to stop inching. Pumping speed regulator. Clockwise turning the regulator is to speed up the pumping, and anti-clockwise turning the regulator is to speed down the pumping. Cooler fan switch. Turn the switch to manual position for manual operation. In this case, 2 fans turn on simultaneously. Turn it to auto position for automatic control. The fan is off when the switch is in stop position. Main cylinder inching switch. Turning the switch leftwards or rightwards is to fulfill the main cylinder inching. Releasing the switch is to stop inching. Touch screen. After the touch screen power on, the start screen will last for 5 seconds and then automatically enters into the system monitor screen. Click on the switch key on the lower right corner of the menu. You would get a submenu with 7 buttons. You can choose them to enter into the corresponding function menus. System monitor screen. On this screen displays the engine speed, pump speed, pumping pressure, distribution pressure, control or mixing pressure, pumping state, mixing state, oil temperature, and other parameters when the truck-mounted concrete pump is working. Working data record screen. On the working data record screen, it displays total operation times, pumping times and output, current operation times, pumping times and output, product serial number, boom number, electric control cabinet number, chassis number, and other relevant data of the equipment. To accurately measure the pumping output, this screen is also equipped with pumping and feeding coefficient input window with the window's default of 100%. The user can input the material feeding coefficient according to the advice displayed on the screen. On the